Hello everyone, I am Heckmeister and I'm here to show you how to properly set up your Pokemon to solo 6-star raids. Today specifically we are focusing on the offensive style. First things first, you have to locate your 6-star Tera raid on your map. You'll be able to identify the raid because it'll glow and the icon will be black completely regardless of the typing. In my case, it will be an Ice Tera raid. As I make my way towards it, I will briefly explain the steps you should take to ensure you have a successful raid. Ideally, you want to resist or take neutral damage from the Tera raid. It is more important to take neutral damage from the Pokemon's type rather than the raid type. Be able to set up both offensively with Swords Dance and Elastic Plot or defensively with Iron Defense and Amnesia. You need to be able to hit the Tera raid for at least neutral but ideally super effective damage. Have enough defensive stats, HP or defense or special defense to survive hits. And your Pokemon's Tera typing should still resist the damage that the Tera type Pokemon is doing. In my current example, this raid is a Volcarona on an Ice type Tera raid. Since I have already caught a Volcarona from a previous raid, I can go check the Volcarona that is in my box to see what its moveset is and I can adapt to it. Had I not caught one, I would have used a website such as Bulbapedia to check what its strongest moves are that would be available around the 75 level range. I go through my box and find the Volcarona, find out that its moves are Bug Buzz, Flamethrower, Hurricane, and Tailwind, meaning that a good solid fire type walls off this Volcarona. After cycling through my box with all the available fire types to me, I decide to pick up a level 1 Charcadet, which has a Fire Tera typing and the ability Flash Fire. So I fly to Zapapico to pick up the... Oh. Oops. I guess I'm missing some Sinistea chips. So I fly to Alfornada, ride around town, kill some Sinesteas, fly my way back, swap the Sinistea chips for the armor, and evolve Charcadet into Ceruledge. I also feed it an Adamant Mint for a little bit of extra oomph. Now the plan is simple. Get it ready to be used in a Tera raid battle. So step 1, max out its level. Step 2, fly to Monte Nevera, find the man that is standing behind the Pokemon Center next to an Abomasnow, and use him to hyper-train some of the stats that your Pokemon may need better. In this case, I want to look at HP, defense, and special defense first, and if those are very good, I can use them on attack, special attack, and speed. In this case, because our Ceruledge is cracked, we only need to max out his attack. Next is the most expensive step of preparing a Pokemon to be raid ready, and that is maxing out effort values. To cut a long story short, effort values are bonus stats your Pokemon can gain after it beats enemy Pokemon. Every time you defeat a Pokemon, you gain 1, 2, or 3 effort values. Each 4 effort values equals 1 stat. Effectively meaning that we can make our Pokemon stronger than they would be if they were wild simply by battling. Since the Ceruledge is not going to be battling a lot of Pokemon, we can instead use the vitamin system, proteins, zinc, iron, etc., to artificially increase the effort values that way so we don't need to go through a whole bunch of Pokemon grinding. In this situation, because Ceruledge already has great defense, great special defense, and phenomenal speed, I'm going to be focusing on health and attack. So you see me pick up 26 HP up and 26 protein. So now we pump all of the vitamins into the Ceruledge. I even gave the Ceruledge a charcoal for good measure. And the final step will be to teach it the moves it requires for this particular raid, which will be Shadow Claw, Clear Smog, Bitter Blade, and Sword Stance. Now that our moveset is complete, we fly all our way back to the Tera raid and begin. Since this is the offensive Tera raid, in this example, I'm going to be setting up 3 sword stances and then attacking with Bitter Blade until I can terrestrialize, and then I will terrestrialize attack with Bitter Blade. There is a slight misplay in the raid where I attack while being confused, and because of my exceptionally high attack stat plus all of the buffs, I take myself out with the attack. Despite the hiccup, I am able to set up again with my sword stance, terrestrialize, Bitter Blade, kill the raid. Next time there is a fire Pokemon in a raid, I could bring the Ceruledge to wall it completely because of the flash fire ability, or fire and ghost have very high amount of resistances and immunities, and Ceruledge becomes one of the most useful Pokemon in the raids going forward. Hope you found this video useful, and I'll be back with part 2 where I show you how to make a defensive setup for a raid.